Good evening, children. Welcome to AIMS India's online session. This is biology, plant tissues. You have already learnt about different cell organelles and their functions in the chapter Cell, its structure and functions. So, children, in unicellular organisms, a single cell performs all the functions. But whereas in multicellular organisms, there are numerous cells performing various functions. Especially if you take plants, which we observe around us, are usually multicellular. They perform several life processes. The different life processes in the plants are growth, respiration, excretion, which are similar even in the animals. But in addition to these, plants can perform photosynthesis, which can prepare their own food, not only for themselves, but also for all other living organisms depend on them. Isn't it? All other organisms depend directly or indirectly on plants. Let us recall the information about different parts of the plants and the functions they are associated with. Are you ready, children? Let us proceed. In unicellular organism, single cell performs all the functions. In unicellular organisms, single cell performs all the functions. Example, amoeba, paramecium. So they perform all the functions: digestion, respiration, excretion, reproduction. But in multicellular organisms, there are numerous cells performing various functions. The plants that we observe around us usually multicellular. They perform several life processes. For example, growth, respiration, excretion. So these functions are similar to those performed by animals. In addition to these, plant cell specially performs one function, that is photosynthesis, which is also called the basic life process. And with the help of this photosynthesis, plants not only synthesize food for themselves, they are also providing the food for millions of organisms on this earth, along with human beings. Directly or indirectly, most of the living organisms depending on plants for their food requirement. That's why plants are called producers. Okay, let us recall the information about different parts of the plants and their functions. We have studied about the functions of plant parts in your lower classes. So read the functions given below and write the name. For example, one table is given here. It's an activity, simple activity. So you have to recall your knowledge and fill this table. The parts involved in performing the respective function. How can plant perform all the life process? Is there any specific arrangement of the cells in the plants? They help in carrying out these processes. Let us see. So for example, absorption of water from soil. Which part is involving in this? Children, recall how plants absorb water and minerals from where? From the soil. What is that part? Roots. Roots help in absorbing water and mineral salts. The exchange of gases. Which part of the plant help in exchange of gases? Okay, what is that part? Plants exchange gases. Take in carbon dioxide and leave oxygen through leaves. Okay, what is that part? Leaf. Next, photosynthesis, which prepare the food materials. Plants prepare the food material. Name the parts. What is that part? Yes, the part is again leaf. Okay, and next, transpiration. What is transpiration, children? Transpiration is the process by which the plants expel the excess of water observed through roots in the form of water vapor through the stomata of leaf. So here also leaf, this process is called transpiration. It will cool the plant and it will also help the plant to remove the excess of water and maintain osmotic balance. Once again, leaf. Exchange of gases also takes place through stomata of the leaf. Photosynthesis in the chloroplast of the leaf. Transpiration through stomata of the leaf. And the reproduction, in general, the reproductive shoot of the plant is flower. Isn't it, children? Most of the vascular plants or higher plants, flower acts as reproductive shoot. The flower will undergo, in 7th class you have studied flower, pollination, seed dispersal. These are all the things you already learned in your lower classes. So flower is the reproductive shoot, and if the reproduction takes place by flower, it is a sexual reproduction. But asexual and vegetative reproduction also takes place in the plants through different parts of the plant, like vegetative parts, except flower with remaining parts. Then it is a vegetative or asexual reproduction. Okay, children. So we have to analyze, is there any specific arrangement of the cells in the plant that help in carrying out these processes? Definitely. So let us try to find out more about the arrangements of cells in the plants and their functions by different activities. So this lesson, more activities are there. So children, you are just listening, but in the school your subject teacher will help you in performing different activities. So you need some basic requirements. What are they? A watch glass, a needle, a sharp the blade to take the sections of different parts of the plant, and you need a slide and cover slips, some glycerin and some coloring agents, and a microscope. Okay, so all these are there at your school. So now I am just orally explaining passively, but listen carefully, read the textbook and see the images, and as soon as the school begins you can practice at the laboratory. Okay, let us proceed. Activity 2, cells in onion peel. We are going to observe the different parts of the plant under the microscope to know the arrangement of the cells and how that particular organ performing that specific function. Okay, children. So take a piece of onion. You cut the onion into pieces. Take a piece and bend it to remove the transparent membranous structure called onion epidermal peel. Okay, here thin transparent membranous structure that is called onion epidermal peel. Epidermis is the protective layer, outer layer. So that peel you have to take. Place the peel in water in a watch glass, small saucer like it is, watch glass, small one. In that water you have to keep. In the water you place the peel. Next, add a few drops of a stain, means coloring agent. What is that stain? Safranin. It is available in your school laboratory, somewhat purple or pink in color. To the watch glass you have to add this safranin and to stain the peel. Peel means a layer, a thin layer. Now place it on a slide. So after adding safranin, you place it on a slide and put a drop of water and then a drop of glycerin. Glycerin is to mount the slide, means to stick that peel to the slide and to place that cover slip over it. You need to add a drop of glycerin, mounting agent. Next, gently cover it with a cover slip. Okay. Then observe under microscope. You need to observe under microscope. So while observing keen observation, you have to compare your drawing with the figure given in your textbook when you are observing. Okay, here some parts also labeled here. You see, cell wall. Plant cells possess a cell wall outermost, and beneath the cell wall cell membrane, and thick dot like structures which are prominent. You can see they are nucleus. Okay. So and the dense cytoplasm is present, and the biggest structure which is present, vacuole. The cell structure of onion peel or a plant cell when observed under microscope, this is the observation. This is the figure given in your textbook. So as we have mounted with safranin, the pinkish color, you can see this is the outer cell wall, beneath that cell membrane, then cytoplasm, the nucleus. Okay, and this is the big one, vacuole, because mature cells, the vacuole pushes the nucleus aside. Okay, children, this is the experiment. Are all the cells appear similar? Do you see all the cells appear similar? Yes, particular organ if you take, all the cells appear to be similar. Okay, every cell is containing cell wall, cell membrane, nucleus, cytoplasm, vacuole. Okay, how the arrangement? The arrangement is like a layer. Okay, single cell. In each layer single cells are present, single layer of cells. That's why it is a epidermal cells or outer single layer cells. Okay, children. Next, proceed to another activity. Activity 3, cells in a leaf peel. Leaf peel. For this experiment, you need to take Rio leaf. Rio leaf, Rio plant is a croton plant which is somewhat one side green color and one side purple color. If you tear the leaf, some gel like substance will come out and the leaf easily you can tear. So take a either a Rio leaf, or you can also use here beetle leaf. Beetle leaf is very common for preparing this leaf peel, because beetle leaf is very thin. Take a beetle leaf or the name Tradescantia leaf, tear it with a single stroke, only one time. Okay, you can tear it so that a thin edge be seen at the torn end. The torn end, a single edge we have to take. Observe that thin edge under the microscope. in the same manner as you have observed in the onion peel, means once again in the watch glass, small water, a water drop you have to keep on the slide, then place this tore leaf end and a drop of glycerin and keep a cover slip and observe under microscope. You may have observed that the cells are present in groups with certain arrangement. They are previously in layers, single layers, but here in groups you observe. Okay, because we have taken another part of the plant, leaf. So like this group you will see. So actually this is the Rio leaves slide. So whatever it may be, even in the beetle leaf also you will observe these structures called stomata. Okay. So because we are observing outer layer means the epidermis, outer layer, here also epidermis we are observing. So this epidermis layer of the leaf, actually leaf is covered by means of cuticle, a transparent layer. You need to remove that. Beneath that cuticle epidermis is present. So observe the thin edge where the leaf has been torn under the microscope. In the same manner as you observe the, so are all the cells similar, children? Here is there any difference in their arrangement? Definitely. Then what can we infer from the above activities? Do you find the cells in groups in both the activities? No, previously they are in single layer, but here in groups. Compare and write everything in your notes, the arrangement of cells as you have observed in both the activities. You may have observed that the cells are present in groups with certain arrangement in the leaf. With the help of the following activities, what we can inform? We shall try to find out whether the arrangements have special roles to play in the plant body. So previously the arrangement is different, now the arrangement is different. So to play different roles, the arrangement of the cells are different in different parts of the plant. So here this is the structure called stomata, which is present on the lower surface of the leaf. So it will open and close, will regulate the entry of air into the leaf. So the leaf peel with closed stomata. So stomatal aperture is closed here. Okay, this black one represent closing. So there are two kidney shaped cells present in each stomata. Stomata means group, stoma means singular. Okay, guard cells, kidney shaped cells, they regulate the opening and closing of stomata. So next here this is the leaf peel with open stomata. So a stomata consists of nucleus and even chloroplasts are also present in the stomata. The stomatal aperture opened here, gap is there. Then epidermal cells, so stomata are arranged in the epidermis. Then the guard cells are the kidney shaped cells present in the stomata. Okay children, let us proceed. Activity number 4, cells in the root tip. So are the cells in the root similar to that of leaf? Let us find out how the cells are arranged in the root. For this we need an onion, a glass bottle, the water. Okay, take a transparent plastic water bottle or glass bottle, fill with water. Take an onion bulb. Onion bulb means onion. Okay, slightly larger than the mouth of the bottle. You have to take some precaution. Okay, then put the onion bulb on the mouth of the bottle. like this. Take a onion bulb, okay, and place it on the mouth of the water bottle. The bottle, either it is made of glass or plastic, but it must be transparent, okay, and observe the growth of the roots for a few days till the growth till they grow to nearly an inch size. So within 1 or 2 days, so these roots will grow, white color roots will grow, okay. Take the onion out and cut the tip of the root. You can cut the root tips, and take the onion tip, root tip, place it on the slide, put a drop of water and a drop of glycerin like that previously, and you need to put 2 or 3 layers of filter papers on the cover slip and tap the cover slip, gently press with the blunt end of the needle or a brush to spread the material. Means we are crushing. Gently you have to press, not apply more force, okay. So that you can now observe. So first we have grown the onion roots, then you cut the tip of the root, take the tip, place it on the slide, put a drop of water and a drop of glycerin and place a cover slip over it, and with the help of some 2-3 filter papers you apply force on the cover slip with the help of a blunted needle or brush. Then observe the structure and arrangement of cells. So you will see the arrangement differently, okay. You will see the arrangement like this: root and several layers. You will see different cells are arranged. So draw the image also while observing. Every time keen observation is required. Any activity you do in the laboratory, you need to keep a special notes, laboratory notes, observation notes it is called as, with the help of your teacher in your own language, in simple words, what you have observed, you need to mention it, so that again you have to compare the image with the image given in your textbook. Okay, some cells are arranged like this in the root tip. They are close to each other, these cells, okay, and these cells are small and having a thin cell wall. They are with prominent nucleus and abundant cytoplasm. They are arranged very closely without intercellular spaces, okay. So this is the arrangement you can see, okay children. So now we have observed root cells also. Let us proceed further. Next, activity number 5. Now growing roots. We are going to observe the growing roots again. Repeat the same experiment with 2 onions. Take 2 glass jars and fill them with water. Now take 2 onion bulbs and place one on each jar as shown in the figure, like this, jar 1 and jar 2. Now observe the growth of the roots in both the bulbs for few days. Within 2 to 3 days, once again the roots will develop. You will see the rapid growth of roots in jar 1 and jar 2. Okay. Then measure the length of the roots on day 1, day 2, day 3. You observe the length. First day how much, second day how much, third day how much, 3 days approximately you can measure. Then on the day 4 you take out the onion bulb in the jar 2 and by about 1 centimeter you can cut the root tips, the tip of the roots you can cut. Only you need to cut the root tips of the onion placed in jar 2. After this, observe the growth of the roots in both the jars for few more days and measure the length. Compare the length and record the observation in the table. Okay. So when you observe, you have observed that the cells are present in groups in the roots. The cells in the groups which are nearly similar in structure and perform the similar functions, such group of cells are called as tissues. Okay, we are observing the tissues. So now when you observe by removing the tip of the onion root, so having a particular arrangement of the root, arrangement of cells, the growth of the roots in the length is stopped. So in jar 2 the growth is stopped, but here in jar 1 their length increase because the growing tip is present. Here in the second jar, growing tip we have cut so that they may grow but little compared to this jar 1. Okay. So the group of cells which are similar in structure and perform similar functions, such a group of cells are called tissues. What is our lesson? Plant tissues. What is a tissue? The group of cells which are similar in structure and perform similar function. Okay, children. So these are very simple activities with little effort you can do with the help of your subject teacher. Okay, children. Let us go for keen observation of the activity 5. From the above observations, answer the following question. Which of the two onions has longer roots? And the second question, do the roots continue growing even after we have removed their tips? Why would the roots stop growing in jar 2? These are simple questions you can answer. So for your guiding, I have given here the roots of the onion in the jar 1 would be longer, whereas the growth of the roots of onion in jar 2 stop after the root tips of the onion bulb is in the jar 2 have been cut. Okay, growth was similar first, then when you cut the root tips, their growth is reduced in the jar 2. When the root tips are cut, the apical meristem, here the new term we come across. Okay, further we will see. The apical meristem responsible for the increase in the length gets removed in jar 2. The growth of the plants occur only in certain specific regions. What are those specific regions? Tip of the root. New cells produced by the meristems at the tip of the root. What is the reason for that growth? Because of the new cells are produced by meristems present at the tip of the root. Okay, children. The types of tissues. Finally, today we will conclude our class with these types of tissues in plants. There are four major types of tissues in the plants. They are the tissues that bring about overall growth and repair. They are called meristematic tissues. Terminology is very important. Meristematic tissues. They are also called meristems. Particularly, they are present at the tip of the roots and stem, shoots. Then second one, the tissues that perform protection function. So the tissues that form outer coverings are called as dermal tissues. They are protective in function, whereas meristematic tissue, growth and repair. Next, third type of tissues, the tissues that form the bulk of the plant body, helping in packing other tissues, are called ground tissues. Okay, this is also major tissue. Actually, the meristematic tissue is a temporary tissue that itself involved in cell division and converted into the permanent tissues. Okay, later we discuss. The fourth type of tissue, the tissue that help in transport of materials, are called vascular tissues. These are the tissues present in the roots, stem and leaf, which help in the transport. So these tissues, meristematic tissue, dermal tissue, ground tissue, vascular tissue, they are arranged systematically in the plant body and performs various functions. Okay children, what are the four types of tissues? Meristematic tissues, dermal tissues, ground tissues and vascular tissues. Okay, let us check ourselves. Okay, this is the plant tissues, not nutrition. The major categories of plant tissues are compound tissues, simple tissues only, epidermal tissues, compound and simple tissues. So the major categories are compound and simple tissues. Next, the tissues that bring about overall growth and repair are called dash tissues. What are the tissues which help in the overall growth and repair? They are called dermal tissues, ground tissue, meristematic tissue or vascular tissue. What is the correct answer, children? Meristematic tissue. These tissues possess a meristematic tissue actively dividing cells. So they are very active always. That's why where you will find the growth? The growth we will find at the tip of the stem and at the tip of the root. So that's why those possess a meristematic tissue. Next, the tissues that form outer coverings are called dash tissues. Dermal tissue, ground tissue, meristematic tissue, vascular tissue. The outer layer, that is called dermis or dermal tissues. Next, the tissues that form the bulk of the plant body, helping in packing other tissues, are called dash tissues. Dermal tissue, ground tissue, meristematic tissue and vascular tissue. What is the correct answer? Ground tissues. Okay. Next, the tissues that help in transport of materials are called dash tissues. Once again, dermal, ground, meristematic, vascular, which help in transport. So in our body, transport system, blood vascular system, blood acts as a transport media. So here in the plants also, what is the tissue which helps in the transport of materials? vascular tissue. Okay, children. Next, the basic structural and functional unit of all living organisms. Okay, that is tissues, organs, cells, organ systems. What is that? Basic structure and functional unit of all living organisms? Cell. Next, the basic structure and functional unit of all living organisms is called a cell. Which of the following pairs is wrong? So we studied in the beginning the different parts of the plant performing different functions. So photosynthesis, leaves; transpiration, lungs; reproduction, flowers; exchange of gases, stomata. So here the wrong one is transpiration. Transpiration also takes place by stomata. Okay, children, I hope you followed the today's lesson. Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for receiving latest updates.